Hey everybody, it's Steve with Sky194, and I appreciate you taking the time out of your day or night to stop in and visit and check out my video. And doing a quick test race here to check out this setup here at Monza at the 2018 Porsche 911 GT3R. Excuse me. And I'm Earl Bamber in the that cool livery, that white and black one. And of course, you got some Porsches up here, and got that V12 Aston Martin right in front of me. So let's get this started. Just a short little race.
Stay double five.
Especially since you don't know what's going to happen with drafting and things like that. Hopefully it'll work out all right. Seems to be really pretty solid for a race setup. Of course, I got a lot more fuel than they do, I'm sure. I got like 65 liters. They probably have like, 20 or 30 or something. Probably half the fuel load that I have, but I just do that just to be a little disadvantage. Plus, I want to see how it works with a heavier, a little bit of fuel on it.
Green line. Go, go, go. Car on the right. Clear on the right. Car on the right.
Here's that Aston Martin. Here he comes.
Clear on the right.
All right. Changed a couple little things. See how it works. Added just a click of diff. Lamborghini's got to run on the Porsche. I thought he was going to try to stuff it in there. First AI is 100 and aggression's 100. Right behind me. Definitely don't want to trail brake this car near as much as the newer Porsche. You want to really try to keep the braking in a straight line with very little trail braking. At least here at this track, anyway.
Well done, mate. Personal fastest lap.
He's losing some time messing around. I think the Lamborghini's faster, you just can't get around him. That's too deep. That was a major mess up. Yeah, that really hurt. Went in too deep. Tires look pretty good. Oh boy, here comes the Aston. Man, looks like they're gonna hit. Dang it. Yeah, it's really sensitive to it, to the trail braking.
Gaining on the car heading sector 1. Well done, mate. This has been your personal best.
Alright.
We're halfway through. Keep it up.
Little drafting help. Just a little.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
I'm loose. Trying to force my way through. Yeah, you want to stay off that bump as much as you can. See how much he gains on me. Here he comes. As deep as I can go. I was right pretty much to max. Gotta, you know, like I said, you gotta be smoother. You can't just be like the newer Porsche. You can just attack and be a little more aggressive and just, you know, this you can't. You gotta be. It really likes to be smoother. No drafting there.
Fastest lap of the race, man. Good job.
All right. Tires could be up just a teeny bit more. Should be this lap and one more. Try to open it up as much as you can coming off the corner. You know, don't choke it. Try to, you know, get it to open up and use all the road. Maybe not. Maybe there'll be another. There's gonna be two. No, there's still 2 laps. Yeah. Sorry about that. Just looking at it in my head, but yeah, it's just gonna be a few seconds left, so it'll still be. Now we got 2 laps. Staying pretty consistent though. I enjoy all this racing, no matter if it's this, I mean, all of it. I enjoy all of it. I hope you all do too. I think the diff helps. It seems like it's not as loose in the middle of the corner as it was before, so hopefully it'll stay that way.
Alright, man, the leader is on the final lap. Give me the final rush. Goes into the car heading sector 1.
Yeah, just running a few hundreds difference. Downshift. Now Lamborghini's still on me. He actually crawled back a couple tenths. Good sector right through here. Ah, shit. Messed that up. Dadgummit. Still, it's only like a tenth off my fast.
Excellent job, mate.
All right.
We're on the podium. Now bring it back home safely.
All right, that was fun. Again, you know, the last check at the timetables, but even the last one was like within a tenth or less than 2 anyway. I like that livery too. I love the contrast with the white and the black, and of course the black wheels. I love that contrast to it. I wish they had that on the newer Porsche. It's got like gold wheels or something, but I kind of like that, the way it pops like that. But again, a good looking car. Of course, gonna show that, all 3 Porsches. Don't see that too often. So let's look at the timetables. Hey, look at 6th place, had the fastest lap. What did he run? He ran right on the last lap of 48.80. On the last lap. Man, he must have been drafting or something. Look at that. See, I had it. Look at that. That's at least 3 tenths. Between that, yeah, over 3 tenths from the fast 3rd sector to right to what I did on the last lap. So that would have been like a 49.70 something if I would have just equaled that. That's a shame. Right on the last lap, I had my best 2 first sectors. I still ran a 49.0, so I'm happy with that. Again, I think it did well. Again, I enjoy all of it, so again, I hope you guys do too. So let's go over the setup. And we got 25 left front, 26 left rear, 26.2 right front, and 27 right rear. The toes a -0.1 with the camber at -3.4 on the left front and -3.2 on the right front. The caster is 9.5. The toe on the rear is a positive 0.1 with the camber at negative 3.1 on the left rear and negative 2.9 on the right rear. Now, basically, I adjusted all the negative cambers to where the outer and inner are between 3 and 4 degrees difference between the inner of the tire and the outer. So that's what I went off of, and just set it accordingly so they're all equal. So that's, I'm just going off of what the car's telling me, and that's where you see the stagger, and that's to keep it that way, because obviously the left side gets a lot higher load than the right side. But again, I think it did really well. Electronics were 3.3, of course an 8. Like I said, I had 65 liters. You see just light graining on the front. Now the only bad thing is the wear isn't. That's where the newer Porsche definitely has an advantage over the older one. It has a lot better wear, and there's just not a lot you can do about it. Kind of like the other setup I did. There's just nothing you can really do without going crazy on the setup as far as slowing it down, because I tried to go with the least amount of wing that I could and still have some good times. And tire wear, I did the best I could with it. But you could do more rear brake, but you got to be careful, because again, the more rear brake you put into it, the more it's going to want to come around. So you can put some into it, but you just can't go crazy with it, like I said, like you can with the newer Porsche. Now, at least on this setup. I mean, you can, I'm sure, if you had a more wing into it, a higher downforce setup. But this is not a high downforce setup for Monza. So mechanical got a 4 on the anti-roll bar, 53 on the brake bias. You can go down to 52, and past that, I would be very leery. Steering ratio is 13, and I would not go under that. I would keep it at 13 or maybe even 14. Again, it keeps it from the back end from reacting too quick. It slows the rear end down a little bit as far as it wanting to swing out like a pendulum. We got springs are 116,000 on the front with the bump stop rate of 600 on the front and a bump stop range of 3 on the left front and 5 on the right front. And on the rear, the springs are 167,000 with a bump stop rate of 800 and a bump stop range of 6 on the left rear and 12 on the right rear. Anti-roll bar is 3, and the preload on the diff is 140. And that's what it was. I knocked it up a little, just a click. And I think it really did. It felt better in the middle of the corner. Instead of being loose, it felt like you could drive out of the middle of the corner without it getting loose on you. Shocks, we got 4411 on the front and 1113 on the rear. All dialed in by Motec. So, again, this is one of those situations where the graphs, you always wish they could come in a little bit better, but you get it as close as you can. Still a big improvement over what I started out with. Aero got 63 in the front, 72 in the rear with a 5 wing and a 3 and a 3 in the brake ducts, and the front aero variation is a negative 2.2. Now, when I was by myself, it was doing 167 miles an hour down the front straight. Of course, by myself, so no drafting or anything. So that's not that bad for the Porsche. If you consider, usually around the fastest cars like 170 that I've seen, with no drafting. So, I mean, the Porsche giving away 3 miles an hour is really not that bad. So, again, a lot of it's how good you can come off, the last corner to get the drive down the front straightaway. But pretty much it was consistently doing 167 miles an hour. I mean, solid, not just barely touching it. I mean, it was almost to where I was hoping it would go to 168. So it was actually right. It was definitely a solid 167. So again, I will make this a setup, and I will put this in the description, and of course, if you give me a like and subscribe, if you haven't subscribed, to help support the channel, I really appreciate it. We've been kind of bleeding some subscribers. It goes up and down, but recently we've kind of been bleeding out a little so for some reason. So again, I don't know, maybe YouTube's not putting my videos out too much. But again, if you could, make sure you're subscribed and you got the bell clicked to make sure you get notified of any of the videos, the new videos that come out. And again, any of that support is much appreciated. And of course, I do have a PayPal link if you want to support the channel that way. All of it, I do appreciate and thank you to everybody for whichever you can do, watching the video, liking, subscribing, all that stuff. And again, comment and feedback. I love comment and feedback. I love talking to all my sim racing friends. And I hope to hear from you, and I hope you come back and visit again really soon. See ya.